Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Hand of Fate 2. In the previous episode, we completed Estrella's companion quest, making her the Rebel. And in this episode, we'll be finishing off the last of the companion quests for Colbjorn. Now it's funny, personal playthrough I actually did his first and Malocalypse's last. So for this one, we're gonna need, obviously... Oh yeah, we also got through most of the quest line for this Merrick guy and got the card that we're gonna need. Now, thankfully, this one doesn't disappear, so we can still use it. Let's see, I think I'm gonna get rid of... Caravan Robbery and replace it with Clan Eyebright, and I think I'll get rid of a Steagle Pumpkin for a Desert Trek. Other than that, I think we're good. Oh, by the way, word of warning, guys, I am not going to be doing the Deadly Forest. I'll explain it later on if there's time left over at the end of the episode, and I'll explain the quest line for it. The reason I'm not doing it is because what you get at the end of it all, I just feel is not really all that worth it. Now, in this quest line, you're going to be fighting a lot of Northerners, so I recommend stacking your deck with that. Let's see, which in our case is just the Scorched Blade and the Winter's Bane. But so be it. Now, for supplies, at least 2 of the quests will require that you have a blessing in order to get through or complete them. If you have it unlocked, I highly recommend getting Fate's Path. Otherwise, just find an encounter that can give you blessings and succeed at it. But without further ado, let's get this started. I'll see you guys when we encounter our first token. Okay, we have found Clan Eyebright. Colbjorn returns to his home village to partake in toil, the ritual cleaning of his people's ancestral grave mounds. He invites you to accompany him. And this is one of the quests that requires a blessing. Clan Eyebright's village, hidden in the forests of Mount Freitas, is a burned-out husk. You see no inhabitants within the collapsed walls and fallen roofs. Colbjorn leads you through the trees to the grave mounds, a flat snowy field dotted with body-sized hillocks. Few villagers are there, kneeling by the cairns in prayer. You realize they are all either old or enfeebled. Your stout companion kneels before 3 graves. They look fresh. Grass has yet to grow over them. He empties a flask of Aramour's spirits over the mounds and lets a blessing fall onto the cold earth by them. He motions you to do the same. You kneel on the cold, hard ground beside Colbjorn as he bends his head in prayer. Tranquility is shattered by a jagged rock bouncing off your companion's back. You draw your weapon and turn to see an old Northerner woman, bent over with age, clutching a basket of rocks. Fierce hatred burns behind her eyes. "Get out! Get out of here, betrayer! Life burner!" The old Northerner tears her hair in grief as she continues flinging rocks. Colbjorn flinches as the stones rebound off his flesh, but does not move to defend himself. The group of villagers gather around you. They do not join in, but they do not intervene either. Well, I will. And hope I get this right. This one? Yes. You step in front of Colbjorn and declare that he has done no wrong. The villagers cannot help but laugh at this suggestion. An elder, his head wreathed in bone and blossom, comes forward. "Foolish one, his only duty was to die. He would not die, so they burned our homes and our people." The elder sighs. "We have nothing. Only anger drives me now. Betrayer Colbjorn, prove yourself in Hoarfrost's trial. Prove you are worthy of dying for Clan Eyebright again."
Well done.
Well, that went better than the first time I did it. See you guys if I ever find the Desert Trek card. Okay, we found the Desert Trek card. Quite quickly, actually. And what it essentially does
Everything is easier with a map that you can trust. Of course, that's the core of the question, isn't it?
What it essentially does is it fills any empty spaces on the board with desert trek cards. I believe if there are no empty spaces, they'll probably toss it onto already completed encounters, so there's that. Merrick relaxes aback one of two camels resting under a grove of palms. A dry heat blows from the west. "Climb aboard and lead the way," he says, tossing you the map. "Sorry for taking it before, but you really can't be too trusting of people these days." You take a moment to consult the map you discovered while raiding caravans. It traces the merchant routes that crisscross the desert lands skirting the nation. The desert hides many forgotten paths, but only the most prepared, or most desperate, risk trying to find them. Wait, what? Are you serious? It won't actually do it? Oh well, guess we found one of the few cards, well, few non-brimstone cards that, won't work with the Emperor. Oh well. I'm actually going to see you guys in the hero font, because I know for a fact that the card we get from Clan Eyebright's token is a Brimstone card, and the earliest time you can start using Brimstone cards is in the hero font. So, I'll see you guys there when I find a token card. Okay, everybody, we are back, and we finally got the Hoarfrost Trial. Now, a few things I recommend. I highly recommend having the Gambler's Jewel, a ton of gold, and make sure you are at full health before you take this on. Trust me. There's no combat in this, but...
Are you made of stock sturdy enough to weather these trials?
But you're gonna need it. Colbjorn the Betrayer, you are to survive in the forest, with neither sustenance nor warmth. The Elder of Clan Eyebright awaits you both at the edge of the Grim Wilds, a glacial forest of blizzards, beasts, and treachery. If the ancestors see you through this night, you are forgiven. You place your foodstuffs into a basket. The Elder can't help but look longingly at the charming miniature pies you recently bought. I don't want to beg, but many in the clan go hungry each night. Give her the food. For your kindness, a reward. Oh, damn it. I thought it was a guaranteed thing. What happened the last time I did it is that I got this one dice gambit based blessing, which made it so that I got +2 added to each of my dice. Fortunately, that doesn't seem to be the case here. With little ceremony, Colbjorn descends into the Grim Wilds. And the thing is, that blessing would have been extremely useful, because this whole thing is essentially dice rolling. Gives you a word of warning. The Grim Wilds will offer us no refuge from the cold. We must keep moving if we want to survive. It is still bright out as you delve further in. The metal handle of your weapon chills your side. The intense cold makes it hard to think. It is difficult to remember whether a path or a tree is familiar or new. You stumble across a small stone shrine. A roughly chiseled figurine of a vulture, or is it a human, sits within. Colbjorn drops a few coins into the shrine and prays. Yeah, if you give gold and pray, then you will regain health. This is going to be insanely valuable later on. Hours pass. It is early afternoon. Let's keep moving. Oof. Yeah, definitely re-rolling all of that. Well, that figures. And of course. Colbjorn silently gestures for you to hide, but it is too late. A group of Northerner warriors crash through a thicket and confront you. Huh. The Northerners recognize your companion immediately. One of them spits in your direction. So you've come to side with the Empire? If we don't kill you today, slink back to your keepers, kings of their mud flats, and tell them that the snow is coming to cleanse them all. But I'm not with the Empire. Oh, whatever. Okay, so apparently there is combat. First time I did this, I never failed, but that was because I had, I believe it was Either divine providence or divine intervention. I can't remember. Hey, I dodged out of the way of that. Give me that bull. Why is it not letting me dodge properly? Ask who they were. Colbjorn inspects the markings on the warriors' chests. They are Clan Mugwort of the West Forest. He has little else to say after that. Alright, let's keep moving. Oh, these are terrible rolls. Come on. There we go. Let's see. The crow cocks his head at you and speaks in the common tongue. Hey now, wanderers in the grim. Are the wanderers lost? Do they require assistance? Let's see. Lord's diadem isn't going to do me much good, so I'll give him that. You place the helm at the crow's feet. I think this one? Damn it. What bavin rubbish is this? The crow's eyes glow red. From now until the great winter takes all, when you pray at Thonar's shrine, accursed. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Let's try that again. Merchant's Ring? That's not going to do me any good out here. This one? Yes, this is a goodly thing. You look broken. I can fix you a spell. There are some special stuff we can get, but I'd have to give away a lot more stuff. Oof, yeah, we're gonna lose 10 each time we travel. Oh, come on. Jaws of a bear trap. Nice. Now, there is a lake that we can find, which during the early hours we can drink at for free to restore our health, but unfortunately as it is, it's not going to do us much good at night. Now let's try to find the shrine. Maybe by getting that success, the Crow will have removed the curse. If we can find it. Seriously? There we go. Oh, right, I forgot about this. Whenever you pray at night, at least for the first time, a specter will show up. You gotta stab yourself and pray. Barefoot with a thin shawl clutched around her, she stands before you and speaks in a deep voice, each word ringing out like a gong. Mortal, you summoned me, but I smell no blood nor enemy slain to honor me. Please don't kill me. Spirit smiles as your blood splatters onto the snow. Immediately you feel the frost touch the wound. The ghost blesses you as it fades away. So you draw a game card at the beginning of each new map. If it is a gold card, then keep it, otherwise discard it. Right. Now, can we try and heal up, please? Wait, seriously? So I'm gonna get a curse each time I pray. It doesn't really matter. Well, now it matters. I don't know, toss away the Lord's diadem. Okay, let's explore somewhere else. Okay, that's fine. Keep moving.
Back to the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
Can't really master something you don't have any control over. Wait, what? Didn't I just see him? Now, unfortunately, you can't just stay at the shrine and keep moving. Or stay at the shrine and keep praying until it's over, much as that would be nice. Yeah, this is the pond I was talking about. The problem is drinking from it now would actually hurt you rather than help you. Moving? Let's see. Colbjorn warns you not to stray too far from where you had left the Elder. Yeah, there's nowhere else for us to find. If we had gotten a huge success from the Crow, then we would have gone to a cave where we can get treasures. And at nighttime, with those treasures, you can find a scale, which you give to the Crow, and he gives you something in return. Lone Wolf. Well, it doesn't matter anymore. Cardinal's Blade. Mercenary garb. Oh, I'm losing everything.
Well done. You continue to impress.
And there goes the gambler's jewel. Ah, the pink of dawn. Good. That means I'm no longer going to lose health. Cold. Let's head to the pond. See if drinking from it helps there. Really could have used that gambler's jewel. Again by one. Seems to be a common theme. See, the ancestors have judged you worthy, Colbjorn. The old northerner places a wrinkled hand on his chest and bows.
You stood by your friend, though his trial was meant to be for him alone. This will be counted.
The elder watches as a small bird alights on a tree beside him. I fear our clan is no more, but the hearth of Clan Eyebright may still burn true in the endless halls. Restore our honor, Colbjorn. Avenge us. In the Weald by our village lives a shaman. Appeal to her mercy. See if she can tell us more. Okay, yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with the desert trek because I have no food and very little health. A whole lot of curses. So, I'll see you guys when we next encounter Colbjorn's other part of the quest. Okay, we are back with the Shaman of Clan Eyebright Weald. Just like with the Clan Eyebright card, you are going to need a blessing for this.
Shamans are to be treated with suspicion. They are like mages, but they believe otherwise.
The Shamans of the North are known as healers, raid leaders, and curse bringers, among other things. She stares warily as you approach, but relaxes at the sight of Colbjorn. Clan Eyebright fodder, and one of the Eastern Belt. I have only spilled your people's blood, and I have yet to see one up close. The shaman peers into your eyes. Do you find it hard to move with bones so weak? Colbjorn drops a blessing at the door, and the shaman allows him to enter. See, the walls of the cavern are adorned with curiosities and keepsakes, vials of black ichor, broken swords, and everywhere. Golden trinkets. Yeah, this is going to be the card you get as a recurring card. You can lose some maximum life, but you can get blessings, food, or gold, if you are truly desperate. Let's talk of Clan Eyebright. She nods. Yes, I know why you have come all this way. Rogvir, Skald of Clan Crowfoot, was the one who led the burning. Rogvir, Colbjorn says, with his voice a low rumble. He slumps down onto a wooden stool, and it creaks beneath his weight. What happened in the burning? Most died, but of course you all know that already, the shaman grins. Colbjorn must tell you the rest. I only heard the screams from my shack. What did he do? The shaman shakes her head, the trinkets tied to her headdress clinking gently. That is not mine to tell. Okay, how do we avenge Clan Eyebright? She cuts her thumb and wipes a line of blood onto your companion's brow and then on his swords. To avenge this clan, you must die, Colbjorn the betrayer. You defied the old ways, and so you must pay with your life. Perhaps then good will return to Clan Eyebright. The shaman rearranges the row of skulls on her windowsill. Or perhaps it won't. Ancestors can be a fickle bunch. Colbjorn blinks nervously. What if I cannot? The shaman nods. That is likely.
A new step forth, and a new revelation.
Alright, let's stop asking questions. And leave. Again, I'm not going to bother with the desert trek because it won't work on this map. So, see you guys when we get to the next part of Colbjorn's quest. Okay, everybody, we're back with Clan Crowfoot, which just so happened to be in the same location as the Northerners were. Let's get this on.
Revenge, a motive I support wholeheartedly.
A pitiful emptiness of Clan Eyebright becomes even more apparent when you walk through this bustling Northerner village. Children run past, laughing, and you can smell the warmth of bubbling honey. Your companion ignores all of this, his usually forlorn, blank expression replaced with fury. He soon finds what he's looking for. A warrior, larger than even the hulking Colbjorn, clad in armor of blue crystal. This is technically our first encounter with a tyrant. Rogvir! Colbjorn roars. The Skald turns around, eyebrows raised. I have come to seek revenge for Clan Eyebright. You burned us to the ground. Not even the children were spared. A few Crowfoot villagers cover their mouths in horror, but most look on, unsurprised by this revelation. The Skald of Clan Crowfoot grimaces. Clan Eyebright stood against the orders of the High Priestess. Colbjorn draws his weapons. We will not join in the bloodbath. The High Priestess wishes doom upon all our people. Rogvir drives his sword into the ground. Godless! The High Priestess has shown us the way, and it is true and good, to cleanse the land of the crawling Empire insects. What Northerner are you, if you have nothing to fight for other than your own sniveling life? I remember you, worm. When you were asked to lie on my sword to save your village, you hesitated. He steps closer, grinning menacingly. It was you who murdered your clan, not I. Colbjorn throws one of his mighty swords at Rogbeer. Quick as a whip, he dodges it and flings a bolus in return. Cords bind Colbjorn's neck and arms, and he topples back into a waiting band of Northerner warriors. You feel an explosion of pain at the base of your skull, and your world goes black. You rouse from your stupor, tied to a tree. The rope bites painfully into your wrists. With bleary eyes, you see Rogbeer towering over you. Colbjorn is being restrained by a good number of Northerners nearby. Colbjorn looks at you, pure fear in his eyes. Skald draws a throwing dagger from his belt and, with a flick of his wrist, sends it spinning through the air towards you. You tug at your bindings but make no progress. Colbjorn hesitates for a moment before closing his eyes and leaping into the path of the blade. The steel blade finds no resistance as it buries itself hilt deep in Colbjorn's chest. Yep, he's dead! Your mighty companion slumps to his knees, blood bubbling from his mouth. He falls, face first, into the cold ground, and you know in that instant that Colbjorn is dead. And it makes no mention of us breaking free of our ropes to fight them. Bear in mind, you're not meant to win this fight. Definitely going to go over the time limit on this video, but I know there's just one other card after this. Well, technically two. Skald Rogbeer. The leader of Clan Crowfoot, Skald is known even among tyrants for his brutality and bloodlust. Tyrants favor regenerative ice armor that stops standard attacks. Use bash to break their armor. Now, I don't know if they patched it out, but for some odd reason, whenever I repost him for the first time, he loses 1/3 of his health. Which I'd like to show off if he would ever attack. Yep, there it is. I don't know why. Even if he still has full armor, he loses 1/3 of it when you repost him for the first time. It doesn't happen again, but it does happen. And I know it's got nothing to do with Winter's Bane because I did that with just my neglected blade the first time I fought it. Ooh, wow, he does a ton of damage. Okay, I know I'm not meant to win this, but I definitely have to survive it. Yep, there we go. Before you can land another blow, you notice the Shaman of Eyebright Weald crouched in the hills above, shaking her head at you and pointing to Colbjorn's dead body. Knowing little of the old ways yourself, you trust in the Shaman and lower your weapon, stating that you will leave with Colbjorn's body. The warriors of Clan Crowfoot consider their casualties and decide to grant you safe passage. As you drag the body into the forest, the Shaman meets you. Their blood is not yours to spill. In the dark, the horns and trinkets adorning her furs lend a demonic appearance. Why can't I kill them? The witch draws a strange marking on the snow as an inscrutable means of explanation. If you killed them, the souls of Clan Eyebright would never be welcome in the Great Halls. Colbjorn's dead. The Shaman inches close to the body in reverence, the wooden ornaments on her belt clacking together. Not quite. So what now?
A moment of silence for a fallen warrior. He was a fine ally.
Indeed he was. Shaman draws one of Colbjorn's swords from its sheath and hands it to you. She gives you a black-toothed smile. He is in there. His breath is trapped in it, as I spelled. Okay, how do I save him? Blood. The North deals in blood and honor. That is all she will say on the matter. What do we do with the body? Leave the body. It is but a husk now, and it may appease what spirits are watching this night. Then let us leave. You insist on burying his body first, despite the shaman's protests. How will the birds eat him? She asks. With a heavy heart, you reverently place the swords in your pack and bid the shaman farewell. You leave Colbjorn to rest in peace, at least for now.
Nicely done.
Now, the thing is, Colbjorn's sword is not a supply item unless they've patched that, and you will have to find it and then kill 50 Northerners to get the token to continue his quest. I personally find that the Empress is the best place to do that. Now, I'm going to do that off screen, because all it is me fighting and killing Northerners with his sword. And I'll see you guys when we complete that token. And with that, we have completed the token for Colbjorn's sword. Shaman's body rise, Dark Spirit leaves her chest, vanishes into the air, the remaining raiders flee into the forest. Make your way back to the forest. Come on. Huh. That's weird. Whenever you beat the 50 Northern Raiders, you're supposed to get a cutscene of him resurrecting, your companions being in shock and awe. Like, I knew you weren't dead. Weird. I guess it's because I did it at the end of a challenge. Let's see. But we gained the last card in his quest, Colbjorn's Atonement, and the Wanderer has returned. Oh, by the way, you guys might have noticed that there were some little cutscenes in between when I got the sword and now. That was just because I needed to fill the companion slot with somebody, and they basically get new intros now that they're platinum. So got that. Oh, I also completed Desert Trek, which unlocked Cave of Wonders. Now we've got Colbjorn's Atonement. I say we move on from there. I'm going to stick with Fate's Path just in case. Actually, no, I don't think I do need it. I'll just take the buckler then. Unfortunately, you don't get to keep Colbjorn's sword as a equipment. It goes away after that. But anyways, I will see you guys once we have found Colbjorn's Atonement. We are back for the final part of Colbjorn's quest, which, funnily enough, is in the exact same location as the last one was. We've got the Scorched Blade, Buckler, Imperial Armor, Mask of Holy Fortunes. So hopefully that should be good enough. Now, remember that fight that we started, but we're not allowed to finish? Well, this is that one. Allies greet your companion. Ah, that's fine, as long as it's not Lone Wolf.
All should fear the barbarians' return.
The villagers of Clan Crowfoot scream in terror at the sight of Colbjorn, reborn. He strides calmly through the village, no anger in his face. Unwavering ally, iron-skinned companion. Enemies inflict 50% less damage to your companions. Never seen this anywhere else. The Skald approaches with his band of warriors. He shakes his head in disbelief. Rogvir watches your companion carefully. We buried you. You were dead. You see him wave away the northerner who is preparing to throw a bolus. Colbjorn draws his swords. The flame-touched tips sizzle in the cold air. They watch over me. I fear death no more. Funnily enough, this is the only companion quest in which you get to see your platinum character's appearance during the quest. Skald Rogvir raises his eyebrows in alarm. And I actually find that Colbjorn's appearance is the one that changes the most out of all the companions, personally. Unfortunately, we don't get to zoom in. At least not on our companion. See, gains a helmet, completely new blades.
What makes you think you have a chance?
Oh yeah, this Scorching Blade is awesome. Ouch. Ah, damn slow down the ice. Real pain. The armor, when it comes to these tyrants, is not very tough. But it does regenerate fairly quickly. Colbjorn removes the enchanted armor from Rogvir's body and hands it to you. You honored me in battle. Take the spoils with my blessing. Funnily enough, the
Cover your body in ice and see if your heart does not soon follow. No action lacks consequence.
As I was saying, in original preview builds, you actually got the suit of ice as part of a challenge token rather than here. Still, good set of armor.
A reward well earned.
The fearful villagers of Clan Crowfoot peer out from their huts as Colbjorn throws a torch on the body of the Skald and his warriors. It is done. We are avenged. So, what happens to you? The North does not welcome me. The Empire wishes me dead. I will wander and seek honor where it comes. What about Clan Eyebright? I will return after this is done, but first, I must repay my debt to you. Why did Clan Eyebright defy the High Priestess? The Empire culled many bloodlines from the land. The North feared that it was next. The High Priestess wanted us to kill before being killed. Our elder believed that there was no honor in needless bloodshed, and so the High Priestess sent our clans to their deaths. Those that stayed, she burned. Well, let's get moving. Colbjorn empties Amar Moor's spirits over the burning bodies and bends his head in prayer. After a moment of silence, he strides confidently to the village gates, the remaining members of Clan Crowfoot cowering in his wake. And with that, we have completed every companion quest in Hand of Fate 2. Now, we don't have the time for me to explain why I'm not doing the Forest Brimstone card, but I'll get to that in another episode. For helping Colbjorn avenge Clan Eyebright, we gain Suit of Ice, the Shaman of Eyebright Wield, and the Ally. And so we've come to an end for this episode. I'd like to remind you guys to please go into the description below, click the straw poll link, and vote on our next Let's Play. And if you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.